You think you know what cops trust in 2025? Hell no, you don't. I've seen every so-called duty gun choke when things got loud. Shiny toys, overpriced paperweights, and bargain bin trash that damn near got folks killed. But a handful, they earn their keep. Guns that don't talk, don't flex, just get mean when the world turns sideways. This list isn't polite, and it sure as hell ain't for fanboys. Stick around, because by the time we hit number 1, you'll either be nodding like you've been there or spitting mad, calling me crazy. Either way, you're listening. Graveyard shift, back lot of an industrial park. Dead quiet except for the hum of lights and the buzz of my radio. Then, screech. Tires biting asphalt. A stolen sedan, silver, riding low and dirty, tearing toward the service road like it's got wings. Unit swings in, slow, quiet. The officer steps out, steady as a preacher at a funeral. Effin' 509 Tactical is up before the kid even looks over. No yelling, no freeze, just that calm stare that says, don't test it. The kid does anyway. Punches it, the engine screams. Rear end kicks dirt like a bull trying to break loose. First shot cracks, sharp and mean. Back tire bursts, rubber flailing. The car jerks, but keeps moving, wild and stupid. Second shot drops the other side, clean as a cut. The sedan slides sideways, nose first into a ditch, sparks throwing light across the blacktop. When the dust settles, the kid's on the ground, hands up, shaking like a leaf in a storm. No words, just quiet. Back at the station, nobody says much. They don't have to anyway. They all know what went down. Steady hands, clean shots, and a pistol that didn't blink when things went loud. That's the 509 Tactical. Not talk, just results. And if you think the 509 is steady, wait till you see what's coming up next. A duty gun that doesn't just keep pace, it makes damn sure trouble never sees the sunrise. Middle of nowhere, one of those dead-end towns with a diner, a gas station, and a jail that smells like bleach and old sweat. Deputy Martinez rolls a solo shift, just him, his radio, and that Ruger American on his hip. Call comes in, domestic disturbance out on County Road 7. He pulls up to a busted trailer, porch light swinging, screams cutting through the night. Before he's even out of the car, a guy comes stumbling out, drunk and wired, waving a shotgun like it's a magic wand. What's really tense about the situation is there's no backup, and the nearest unit is 15 minutes away. Martinez doesn't shout, though. He doesn't even posture. The Ruger clears leather, steady as the man holding it. One sharp command, drop it. The drunk hesitates, eyes darting around and grip tightening. Then the silence. That heavy, sharp kind where you know what happens next decides everything. One step forward and Martinez squeezes. Clean, controlled. Buckshot hits the dirt and the man goes down with a scream that echoes into the woods. No one talks about it later. No press, no viral videos. Just another quiet night where that Ruger did exactly what it's carried for. Stop the threat, send the deputy home, and keep the story between the badge, the gun, and the dark road leading back to town. The CZP-10C doesn't make noise, but the ones carrying it know. In 2025, more small departments and plainclothes units are swapping out their aging sidearms for the P10C. Not because it's flashy, not because some boardroom decided it's the next big thing. It's because it works shift after shift, call after call, when the nights get long and ugly. Talk to the guys on patrol and you'll hear the same thing. Clean polls, smooth follow-ups, no drama when it's wet, dusty, or when adrenaline's making everything blur. It's the pistol that keeps its mouth shut and just does the job. One sergeant out of Laredo said it best. It doesn't care if you're standing in the rain or on a busted floor in some boarded up house. It just runs, and that's why it's spreading quietly, holster by holster, across departments that can't afford downtime or excuses. It doesn't have a big reputation, not yet at least, but the guys running it know they've got something solid. No gimmicks, no hype. Just a pistol that does what it's told every single time. Budget cuts don't care if you make it home. Brass up top signs the papers, calls it standard issue, and you're stuck carrying whatever they throw at you. This one, been on my belt more times than I'd like to admit. It's here because city councils and brass upstairs decided saving a buck was worth more than trusting a cop's life. That's it. Cheapest bid wins, and the folks making the calls, they don't have to clear alleyways at 2 a.m. with their heart hammering in their throat. I've run this pistol. It's jammed on me, jammed on guys I trust, and somehow it keeps getting passed around like it's God's gift to budget departments. You want to feel your blood run cold? Try clearing a corner with a pistol that's coughing like an old truck on its last legs. Some folks will defend it, talk about training fixes everything. No, it doesn't. A bad trigger and sketchy reliability don't magically disappear because you run drills on Saturdays. It's a gamble, and one day it's going to get somebody zipped up in a bag. But still, it rides the belt because it's good enough when the accountants sign off. And that's the problem. If you think that stings, wait till you see the next pick. A sidearm that actually earned its place, not one handed down from a budget spreadsheet. You want to know who runs the VP9? The ones that don't talk much, the ones working nights when the city's asleep, but the trouble ain't. I've seen it on hits in places where backup's 10 minutes out and 10 minutes too late. Alley calls, parking lot standoffs, houses so dark you can taste the fear. That pistol just rides quiet until it's needed. Ask the boys in uniform and they'll tell you in that low tone they use when they mean it. It don't miss. That's it. No talk about strangers, no debates over brands, just a nod like that says everything you need to know. One cop told me about a brawl outside a roadhouse, 2 suspects armed, the crowd losing its damn mind. VP9 came up, sights locked, and the noise stopped cold. Clean, fast, nobody needed to write about it. And that's the VP9 story. Not a headline grabber and not for show. It's there for the ones who keep the city from eating itself and don't have time for excuses. We've been talking specs and design, but let me stop right here, because one gun on this list isn't just impressive on paper, it's the reason I walked away from a situation that could have ended badly, just raw survival. The PDP is not creeping in quietly anymore. It's storming its way onto belt from Dallas to Detroit, and the boys running it aren't shy about why. Calls keep coming in, shots fired, barricaded suspects, traffic stops gone sideways, and this pistol just keeps showing up, steady as a clock, loud as a judge's gavel when it counts. One lieutenant out of Phoenix said it plain. It's not a toy, but when I'm stepping into something hot, I know where every round's going. Another deputy in Nashville told me after a night raid, when the PDP comes up, the room listens. It's got that snap, that feel, that calm in chaos that makes seasoned cops stop comparing and just trust. Doesn't matter if it's wet, dirty, or you're running on no sleep. It delivers every damn time. The old-timers still grumble. I mean, they always do. But the younger dudes, they're sold on it already, and the shift is happening fast. The Walther PDP isn't asking for permission, it's kicking the door down and making space in every department that values staying alive over staying loyal to old names. Here's where most people get it wrong. Ask the average gun owner what makes a pistol the best, and they'll tell you it's all about firepower. But history and real-world data say otherwise. The next handgun proves why accuracy and reliability will always beat raw power. Most folks ignored it, sat in the case while everyone grabbed the usual duty guns, the ones with names you've heard 1,000 times over. Then came that hit in East Dallas. Contract killer cornered in a busted out warehouse, night so quiet you could hear your own pulse. The officers stacked up, the tension was thick, and every shadow was looking like it could spit fire. One veteran stepped in, calm as stone, drew the MR 920, steady like it had been there for years. 2 shots, sharp, flat, no wasted breath, and the threat was down before the radios even caught up. By the time the scene went cold, everyone on shift was asking what he was running, and when they heard, they didn't roll their eyes, they just nodded. The MR 920 isn't a headline gun, and it doesn't need to be. It's the one you only notice when the job's done and everyone's still standing. Most folks didn't take the APX A1 serious at first. Too clean, too new, not enough scars on it. But cops on the street, they don't buy into rumors, they buy what keeps them breathing. Glendale Heights, small department, big problems. Officer rolls up on a stolen car call, thinks it's routine until the driver bills with a piece flashing in the streetlights. No time to think, no room for mistakes. He plans, draws, and that APX A1 is up like it was just born there. One shot to the asphalt near the suspect's boots freezes him cold. Second round drops him to his knees before backup even swings in. Ask him later, and he won't give you some sales pitch, just a quiet shake of the head. Didn't move, didn't jam, just did its job. Warsaw, Sao Paulo, Illinois. Different streets, same story. The APX A1 rides quiet until it's needed, then it's sharp, steady, and unforgiving. It doesn't try to look cool, and it doesn't need to. In 2025, you'll find more cops holstering one without saying a word, because on the street, the talk doesn't matter, results do. And if you think that's steady, wait till you see what number 5 does when the night turns ugly. I never thought I'd see a woman cop handle chaos like that. Not in Charlotte, not that night. Wilkinson Boulevard, gas station lit up like a stage. Masked suspect inside, pistol up, cashier frozen stiff. Cruiser slides in, tires screaming, and Officer Elena Vasquez steps out, calm, steady, hand on her M&P 2.0 compact like it's a part of her skin. The guy fires first. A wild shot, glass raining down in a spray of shards. Elena doesn't blink. Drops low, voice sharp as steel. Charlotte PD, drop it. He panics, shoves the cleric, takes off through the back. Elena's right behind him, moving clean through that tight alley. M&P drawn, no wasted motion. He clears the fence, spins, gun half raised. 2 shots, pop, pop. Quick, precise. One to the leg, one to the arm. He hits the pavement hard, weapon clattering away. By the time backup storms in, it's over. Clerk shaking but safe, suspect bleeding but breathing. Later, back at the precinct, someone asks if the M&P 9 still earns its keep. Elena just smirks, wiping sweat from her brow. Every damn night, she says. Some folks will tell you the P226 Legion is past its prime. Too heavy, too old, too damn yesterday. Those folks don't work the streets when the sun goes down. Ask the guys running it in the rough parts of Philly or the southern end of Houston. They'll tell you straight that the steel frame may weigh on your belt, but when the night goes sideways, the Legion doesn't flinch. One veteran cop told me about a raid that went hot fast. Suspect came up firing from behind a kitchen wall, rounds snapping past ears. Everyone scrambled, but the Legion came up steady, smooth trigger, no drama, and the threat was over in 2 sharp cracks. Clean, controlled, like flipping a switch. Thing is, the Legion isn't fun, and it's not built for Instagram. It's for the nights when your pulse is hammering and backup's 2 minutes out. You raise it, you press, and you walk away breathing. Call it old, call it heavy, doesn't matter. In 2025, this gun still earns its keep because experience beats hype, and the Legion's got decades of that baked into its bones. Number 3, that's where quiet confidence turns into loud, unapologetic authority. Some pistols just don't make sense until you see the wrong night unfold. Tight space, bad lighting, nerves sharp enough to cut glass. That's where this one earns its keep. Light in the hand, steady when everything else is shaking. Not for show, not for bragging. It's the one you reach for when the job's gone sour and you can't afford hesitation. I heard it from a guy from Dallas. High risk warrant, suspects wired tight, every corner feeling like it was breathing. They breached, chaos hit fast, doors slammed, rounds cracked off the walls, and there was no room for second guessing. He sent the pistol, didn't flinch, just straight shots, fast, clean, and the room went quiet before backup even cleared the threshold. It's not a gun you hand to a rookie, and it's not one you keep clean just to take pictures of. It's a tool, plain and simple, for the moments when you need every ounce of control that you can get. People argue about it too much, and they're usually the ones who've never been there when seconds turn into inches. Number 2, that's where control stops being an option and becomes the only language. Funny thing about cops, they'll talk trash on a pistol right up until it saves their hide. That's how the echelon slid in. Quiet at first, nobody wanted to be the first to admit it ran cleaner than half the approved guns in the locker. Some pistols don't need a sales pitch, they just earn it when the air gets heavy. The first time I saw the echelon prove itself was on a busted narcotic sweep down in Houston. 2 plainclothes guys, 2 uniforms, middle of a dead-end street that smelled like heat and bad choices. Suspect doesn't run, just stares, hand buried in his hoodie like he's weighing life and death. Then he twitches. One of the uniforms, steady old dog, not a kid, clears leather, and that echelon barks once. Clean, fast. Just like that, the tension's gone, suspect face down, gun kicked 10 feet across the pavement. No cheering, no chest thumping, just that long, ugly quiet after something bad almost happened, but didn't. That's the thing about the echelon. It doesn't make a scene, it doesn't need to. When it's time, it's steady, it's honest, and it'll keep you breathing long enough to go home. Folks can argue about proven platforms all they want, but when you're standing in the middle of the street with the sweat drying on your neck, you don't care about arguments, you care about a pistol that doesn't flinch. And number 1, that's the one that rewrites the whole damn book. There's no magic here, no secret sauce. The Glock 19 Gen 5 isn't pretty, and it sure as hell ain't trying to be. But when you're running calls at 3 a.m., bad streetlights, bad neighborhoods, and worse people, this is the pistol you want riding your hip. I've seen it everywhere. Big cities, small towns, back roads so dark you swear the stars are laughing at you. Cops step out, calm, steady, and that Glock just hangs there like it's a part of their hand. Doesn't matter if it's a felony stop on the interstate or a domestic that's about to blow, the 19 never blinks. It eats dirt, sweat, and blood, and it just keeps running. Doesn't matter if you've got gloves on, rain pouring, or a suspect screaming in your face. Draw, press, and it just goes bang every time. Plenty of folks call it boring, but that's fine. Boring is what gets you home when the night doesn't want you there. That's why it's number 1. And if you still think you need something flashier, take it out there, past the clean lanes, air-conditioned ranges, then you'll see why every cop in 2025 trusts the 19 Gen 5 to get them back alive. Before you go, I've got something you need to hear, because if you think the list stops at 19, you're dead wrong. There's one more pistol, and it's raising hell where the line between calm and chaos is about as thin as a cigarette paper. The 47, built for boys working the border, and let me tell you, that's no place for a half-decent gun. Dust so thick, it chews through everything. Heat that bakes the sweat right out of you, and the trouble that don't call ahead. One agent said it plain. You don't think, you don't blink. You just draw, press, and the noise stops. It's still a Glock, sure, but sharper, longer, and meaner. The pistol tuned for a long night, bad ground, and worse odds. Call it the future cop Glock if you want, but out where the air never cools and backup's just a voice on the radio, the 47 isn't a trend. It's the only reason some of those guys make it back home. Before you click away, remember this. These aren't just pistols, they're lifelines in 2025. The ones that keep you standing when the street turns mean. Got one you swear by or think I'm talking nonsense? Cops trust these. Do you? Prove me wrong in the comments. I'm Steve, so stay sharp, stay ready, and never trust a gun that can't handle a dirty fight.